Halloween is only a week away and you haven't decorated yet? Don't worry, I have you covered before the first trick-or-treater even shows up. So it was about a week ago, and my son came to me and said, "Mom, can we please set up the Halloween decorations?" Of course, I said yes, because that's what good moms do, right? It's a little known fact that our boys love Halloween. For many, many years, we have decorated and had all kinds of gory, spooky, gross Halloween decorations that boys love. Last year, I had made some faux boarded up windows that were super simple. The only problem is I ran out of time and I only got 4 of the windows done for last year. So here we are at the 9th hour. My son says, let's decorate. And I meant to make more of these faux boarded up windows. I was able to get my house completely decorated in just one day, and I built 4 more boarded up windows. Today, I've got you covered. I'm going to show you how you can get your house Halloween ready in just a few hours. Loving the look of old houses, I wanted to make our house look as if it had been condemned and it had kind of a spooky atmosphere to it. I found an easy way to make some faux boarded up windows that I wanted to share with you. They are made from furring strips as the brace, and then I got 1x4s, and this is the junk scrap cheapy wood that you can buy for really, really cheap. One thing you can also check, some hardware stores have bins where it's kind of like the discard pile, and you can actually go and grab that wood for free. It depends on your location, it depends on your store, but that's another option that you can definitely check out. I went with the really cheap wood, number one, because of how cheap it is and how affordable it is, because I do everything on a budget. And then number two, also for how light it is. Being a girl, I wanted to be able to move those in and out without having to always call on my husband or my son or someone with more muscle to be able to lift those in and out of the window. I set up a couple of sawhorses in my yard. So the first thing that you do is you want to get some leftover stain, leftover paint, whatever you have on hand. I used some stains that I had on hand. One was like a chocolatey color, one was a lighter brown, one was an ebony black. I just took my time and I played around and painted each board. I had all of them painted in about 30 minutes. You want to use a mixture of paints, you can do splatters, you can do smears. The whole idea is just to make it look messy and old and aged. What you need to do is allow that to dry because you will be handling them and you don't want your hands to get tacky or sticky. You want to start by measuring the size of your windows. First, get the distance from the top of the window to the sill. Then you want to cut the length of 2 of the 1x2 furring strips. These will act as the spines for the windows. This will act as braces custom made to the size of each window. Next, measure the width of your window and place the 1x2 boards the distance of your measurement, just snug enough to fit inside the window. You cut the 1x4s and then you just want to attach them to those 2 side strips haphazardly. Make them funny angles. It doesn't have to be exact. You can attach the boards using a nail gun. You can also use a drill and wood screws. Or you can also use construction adhesive, but keep in mind that will take a lot longer to dry. Make sure that you vary the boards. You don't want to have two windows side by side that look exactly the same. So make sure that you have different angles, boards going in all different kinds of directions. Once you have your frame built, you can set it inside your window to see if it'll fit. So what we found worked best to be able to move them in and out easily is to have them just have a little bit of wiggle room. From the street, you can't tell. Now last year, when we made the first 4 panels, we built the panels first and then painted them later. This year, I did it a little bit different. I painted the boards first, then I built the panels. Either way will work, whatever is easiest for you. I think that if you're going to decorate using other things and you're short on time, like you are right now, you can paint the boards first, go decorate other areas of your house, and then come back and assemble these boards and set them in the window. The easiest way to decorate for Halloween, I love freaky fabric, creepy fabric, whatever this stuff is called. It comes in all different kinds of names, but the whole idea is it has holes, it can tear and rip and stain and look old, and it instantly adds that Halloween feel to whatever you're wanting to decorate. I started with some Halloween lights and added those around the doorway as well as the handrails, and then I covered them up with that freaky Halloween fabric. I added the fabric framing the door behind me as well as coming up and down the handrails on our front porch. Okay, this simple DIY always gets a fun reaction. We have done this for many years and it is so simple. You take an old mask, you can even find them on clearance at the end of Halloween and use them for next year. But you take an old creepy mask and you cover your porch lights with it. It's that simple. Over the years, I have found that the more fabric that you add around it, the more it covers the light, and what happens at night, it creates a spooky glow when the eyes light up. If you don't have porch lights, you can always use a mannequin head, spray paint it black, and use battery-operated lights to get the same creepy effect. Okay, I want to introduce you to Herman. Herman is our creepy guy that we have set up in a porch chair year after year after year. The reactions are amazing. Even during the daytime, dogs go crazy. They're walking past our house and they're barking and growling at this person sitting in a chair. It is so fun. Here's how we build our Herman. We started with some old boots and I added some pieces of wood to make a stable base. Next, you get old clothes. You can use workout pants, you can use blue jeans, and you want to cover the legs of the boots. Next, you want to fill those legs with either old t-shirts or beach towels or something that you're not using currently, and have them look like there's actual legs in the pants. Now, in the past, we have used clothing to fill a hoodie and we zip it up. But my son had a great idea this year. We have some extra buckets in our garage. He takes the buckets and he uses a 5-gallon bucket for the body, and he uses a smaller half-gallon bucket for the head. It makes it easier to pull any sort of mask that you have over the smaller bucket, and then you can just stuff the arms to have a filled out body. If you don't have rubber hands like we do, we've used old work gloves, even ski gloves because they're a little bit puffy. And our guy, our Herman, or whoever you want to name it, is always chained up. So we always have fun adding different chains each year, just a different look. When he's lit up at night, it is super creepy. The best thing about this creative project is that it's virtually free. You just use what you have on hand, with the exception of a Halloween mask. We have lots of Halloween masks in our home. Why do we have lots of Halloween masks? One year we used a shrunken head for a skull. Now in that picture, that is my oldest son, and that was the best Halloween costume that I have ever made. I haven't made another one like that since. A headless butler serving his head on a tray. Pretty creepy. That DIY Halloween costume was a last-minute fix because he was very tall for his age, and we always struggled to find costumes for him. So we decided to make this one. It was a hit. So if you go to my blog post, I share the tutorial of how we built that. So you can go and check that out. You like that? Okay, the giant spider web. Can you buy the giant spider web? Yes. If you have rope in your home, you can make this yourself without having to rush to the store. If you're late to the decorating party, all of that may be gone anyway. We took a 100-foot clothesline, some fence stakes, and some giant spiders. First, we took a measurement from the top of where we planned to attach it and measured down to the ground. Then we cut 4 sections of rope. We tied all 4 strings together and attached them to the corner of the house. Next, we took each string and tied it around a tent stake and stuck it in the ground. I'm sure there's a special knot that you can tie, but I just used a simple double knot. Once you have your spider web anchor lines, it's time to add the interior ropes. I started about 18 inches down from the top and tied one end of the rope to one side. And then for each inside rope, I used another knot to keep it in place. You just repeat the process until you have something that resembles a spider web. I added 4 rows and then finished it off with a giant spider. It's super simple to do. If you can tie your shoes, you can make this spider web. So I tried to transplant some azalea bushes that were not doing well in our front yard, and I moved them to this area in our side yard, and they're not doing well there either, but they were the perfect backdrop for a spooky graveyard. The foam gravestones are not that expensive. I didn't like the colors of ours, so I just kind of mixed some craft paints together and then gave them all a little bit more of a uniform look. So that's it. Super easy to do. You can get your house decorated just in time for Halloween. Hopefully some of these tips can help get your house Halloween ready for when that first trick-or-treater comes. To see the full tutorial, make sure to head over to the blog post that I will link below. Thank you so much for watching, and you don't want to miss the next video that comes out each week, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get some B-roll. Yeah, it's just me sitting on my front porch talking to myself in a camera. What's B-roll? Well, you know what it is? It's not A-roll. Hi! That's creepy. I'm talking about spooky things. There's a chainsaw going on in the background. Oh my goodness! Well, happy birthday to you. You're welcome. Because A-roll, one time I was on the honor roll. but I didn't do it. I was in kindergarten. Hey, neighbor. Cute dog. You don't want 0 shots because 0 shots just, that's average. All right, let's do this.